So we'll move on with the next module, that is the fourth module, that is Android messaging and networking. So here in this module, we'll be learning about the messaging, that is how you can or the code, how you can do the coding part for SMS and also sending mail, and along with that network related, that is you can download binary data, how you can download text data. All this we are going to see in this particular module. Okay, so we'll start. So in the previous module, you had seen about so in the previous module, you had seen about how you can develop an application, and that is a basic application, Android application, and how you can publish it. That is, you can either put into the Play Store, or you can send as a mail to your friends. Even that can be done. So once your Android application is up and running, okay, the next thing what we can have is we would want to have this SMS capability. So usually it is there in the Android that is application. Along with that, you can try and add, that is, it is there in your Android device, but if you want to add something like you give the phone to a kid and you want to track that kid where he is going, so it can
Hello,
happen.
ma'am.
Yes.
Srira trying to join.
One second. Yeah, he joined, no? Okay. Okay. So what we were saying is, suppose you are giving your application is installed in a phone, and you give that phone to somebody and you want to track their location. Okay. So what happens, as and when he is going to from one place to another, it might you might want a message to be received to you saying that this particular person is in this particular location. So if you want such kind of things to be added into your Android application, we can do that. Okay. So in this chapter, we will see how to send SMS message. So one thing here we are saying about this kind of situation, wherever you want to track the location of any particular person, then you can that location can be sent to you in the form of a SMS. Okay. Or normally how you want to send an SMS to other person related to that. So that is SMS messages programmatically within your Android application. And we are also going to see how HTTP protocol can be used to talk to the web server, wherein you can download your text as well as binary data. That is the next topic what we are going to see. And the last part of this chapter will be it tells us how you can parse an XML file, wherein you can extract the relevant parts of the XML file. So these are the things what is there in this particular module. So we will go on. So the first thing is about SMS messaging. So SMS messaging, so this is the most important part on the phone today. So it is like there might be few people for whom this SMSing, this feature is of at most important. Okay, so any phone we buy now, any phone we have, messaging capability will be there, and it can be used by people of any age. Even nowadays, even the kid knows how to send and receive message, even the elderly people. So it is like used by everyone. Okay, so Android comes with the built-in application that enables us to send and receive message. In case if you want to integrate this SMS capability into your application, how we can do that, that we are going to see here. Okay, so you can write an application that can automatically send SMS at regular interval. That is what we said. You want to track somebody's location, so that is for some second you can, or some minutes you can set. So every 5 minutes we want to know what is his location, or for every 10 minutes you want to know the location where that particular person is going. So such kind of features you can add into your Android application. So how to do that, we are going to see here. Okay, so that is what the first part here in your syllabus, that is sending SMS message programmatically. So here we will see, so they have given you stepwise how you can uh, write a code for sending SMS. So first of all, the first thing what we need to do is we have to create a new project. Okay, so we have already seen, you go to file, new project. So first of all, your new project has been created or will be created. So we know whenever you create a new project, two files will be automatically generated. One is your XML file, and the next one is your .java file, right? So here, the second step what they're saying here is add the following statements in your XML file. So we saw in the previous sessions, you can create a button. Either you can write the code in the XML file, or you can go to the design part and you can simply click and drag from the palette and you can create the button like that. Okay. So here the first part what they're saying here is whenever you want to write a code for this SMS message, first of all go to this main.xml file, and there you have to write the code for a button. Okay. So instead of this, if you are into programming, then you can directly write the code here, or you go for the design section. Okay. So here, first of all, we are writing the ID. So for that particular button, we are specifying some ID. Okay. So here, what is that ID? Button send an SMS. Okay. Then with layout here you have set as fill parent. So either you can go for fill parent or you can go for wrap content. It is left to you, whichever comfortable you can use it. Okay. Then you have Android text. So this Android text is nothing but the text part what you want to appear above the button. That is, in the button, usually you have something like OK. Now here you can see you have a button in which it is saying as stop sharing, right? So text of this kind, if you want to write, then you can write it in Android text, and within the code whatever you are giving, here we have given a send SMS. So on the button send SMS will be present. Okay. So this is the second part what you have to do. So first of all, you create a new Android application, that is go to new project. Okay, like that. So that time two files will be generated, one is .java and one is XML. Go to the XML file and write this particular code. That is nothing but create a button. Okay. So if you're going from the design section and doing, then you have to go to the text part, and there you have to change it to send SMS, and you have to go to ID part and change the ID to button send SMS. Any ID you can give, you need not give the same thing. Even the text part, anything you can give. Okay. Only thing, the content should be there, that is ID should be there, layout width should be there, height should be there, and text should be there. So these are the details that should be there, and here you can give anything, it is left to you. Here you can give wrap content also. Okay. So that is the second step what they are saying you have to do. And the third step what we have is, that is Android manifest.xml file. So when we are saying about the anatomy of an Android application, we spoke about something called as manifest file. So in this Android manifest file, you will be having all the permission. Okay. So Android uses permission based policy, wherein all the permissions needed by an application should be specified. So all those permissions will be there in your Android manifest.xml. Okay. So this particular file ensures that when the application is installed, the user knows exactly which access permission is requires. Okay. So the permission related information will be present in your Android manifest.xml. So because we are sending SMS, so this requires some additional cost to the user end. So that indicating that permission should be done in this Android manifest.xml. So because of that, user will decide whether looking into this, user will decide whether to allow the application to install or not. Okay. So that is about your Android manifest.xml. So here, what is a change you have to do? The change what you have to do here is users permission. So this users permission is for giving the permission for sending the SMS. Okay. So you can see here, Android name, Android dot permission. What is the permission you're giving to send the SMS? Okay, so this is additional information what you have to add. Other than this, you are also having other information that will be there in the Android manifest file, but this is the additional one what you have to write for sending SMS. Okay, that is you're allowing or you're giving the permission to send SMS. And the next step, that is first you create, then you add a button, then update in the Android manifest file. What is the update? You update the permission for sending the SMS. And the next part what you have to do here is, so we said in the beginning we have two files created, one is XML and one is .java file. So now we are speaking about the .java file. Here also you need to do some addition, that is you need to import all these modules. Okay, and this is the addition one, button. What is a button ID you have given? That is btn send SMS. Okay, then this create method will be there, and inside that what is the additional code you are writing? Additional code you are writing, that is the button ID is equal to find. So this is the additional code what you're writing, and when you're clicking on, what should happen, all those information you're writing here. So to send the SMS, here programmatically we are using a class called as SMS manager. Okay, so to send the SMS, the class what we are using is your SMS manager class. So when I speak about a class, we can directly instantiate this particular class, but here in this case for SMS manager, what we are doing here is we are calling a method called as get default. Okay, we are calling this static method. That is, otherwise how you do, we instantiate, right? How we create a new object like that using the new keyword and all. Here what we are doing, we are calling the method called as get default. So that is what is shown here. Then what happens, so here SMS manager for this particular class, here SMS dot send text message. So what you're doing, you are sending the message. So that is using this particular method called as send text message. So for this, you're passing some parameter. These parameters are nothing but which are passed to the send text SMS. So you have here five parameters. So the first one is the phone number. So this particular parameter, that is phone number, that is nothing but it is the destination address to whom you want to send their number. Okay, so the receiver's phone number will be mentioned here. And next one is the source, that is your service center address. So that is you can set as null if you're using the default service center address. And next is the message. So message is nothing but what message you want to send. If you want to send hello, then you can write it as hello. Okay, and next one you have is the intent. So that is the sent intent. That is intent we had already seen in the previous module, right? Intent. So intent is you can say as carrying data. So they carry data from one component to another within the application or outside the application. That is what we had told for intent. So we had spoken about activity and we had also spoken about intent. So the intent part is coming once again. So what is an intent? Intent is nothing but they are carrying the data from one component to other, either within the application or outside. Okay, so that is the send intent, that is pending intent to invoke when the message is sent. Similarly, the last one, again here it is set to null. So more about this send intent we are going to see in the next coming chapter. So for time being, these are pending intent that to invoke the message is sent. Okay, and the last one is deliver intent, that is one more pending intent to invoke when the message has been delivered. Okay, so sent is to tell that message is sent, whereas delivery, the last one is delivery. The delivery is nothing but that is telling that message has been delivered at the receiver end. Okay, so this is what you have to write for sending SMS. Okay, so you can see here those are the steps. And next, once you have written all this, okay, So here you can see send SMS, what you're sending, 555 and hello my friends. So when you're clicking on send SMS, so here you can see here, um, you have a button that is send SMS. You are sending the SMS. On the receiver end you can see here hello my friends. So you can see here 55. This is what the code you have to write for sending SMS. So open to virtual device using manager, run your application in one virtual device, and other one is to check whether it is received. So here you can see in one you are sending the SMS, and other one you are receiving the SMS. So that is the two virtual devices. Okay, so that is all about sending SMS. Okay, so next we'll go for the next one, that is how you can send a email. That is okay. So sending email. So like SMS messaging, Android also supports email. So email application on Android will enable us to configure our email account using IMAP or POP3 protocol. Besides sending and receiving emails, the Gmail application, you can also send email messages programmatically from within your Android application. So how to do that we are going to see here. Okay, so first of all, what do you mean by this email? So email is nothing but, you can say, as messages distributed by the electronic means from one system to from one system user to other, that is through the network. So before sending email, we must know the functionality of which we are speaking about here is intent. So we said intent is nothing but they are the ones which are carrying the data from one component to other, either from within the application or from outside. Okay, so here again they have given you in terms of steps. So the first step, what they're saying here, okay, uh, one can set email through the Android program using the following steps. Again, here we have the code for sending the email. So the first thing, again, what we are saying, you have to create a new application, new Android application. Okay, so that's the same thing what you saw in the other part also. That is, you're creating a new application. After creating, what are you doing? That is, you are, we said. How we said for sending SMS, two files are created, that is XML and your .java. So same thing here, what you have done for SMS, that is a button. You're writing the code for the button. Here the ID you have given as button send mail, and the layout as well as width you're specifying, and also you're specifying the text part, that is here we have given as send email. Okay, and next you have the code. Here you can see here, this is the next part. What you have to do here is you have to update some code. What are the updation you're doing? So all this will be there, whatever is written in bold, that is the additional one what you have to do. Okay, others will be there, whatever is in bold, that is the thing what you have to update in your main that is .java file. Okay, so, to send the email from your application, we don't have to implement an email client from the beginning, but we can use a default email application that is provided by the Android, like your Gmail or Outlook. So, for this purpose, we need to write an activity that will launch the email client by using an intent with the right action as well as data. So here what we are doing here is we are using the intent, that is we already said for carrying the data, right? So here what we are doing here is we will use the default client which is provided by the Android. Okay, so you can see here in the intent part. So see here, from here, this is a starting point. Here we will use the action send. Okay, action to launch an email client that is installed on your Android device. So this particular statement, that is intent, email intent, new intent. So this action send, what does it do? It will launch the default email client that is there in your device. Okay, so that is the first thing. And after that, to send an email, we need to specify to whom you want to send, that is mail to, right? So for that, for mail to, when you say, you have to specify the URI, right? So that is what here we are doing. We are using the set data method to specify the mail to address to whom you want to send, that is URI dot parse mail to. So that mail to, we have written here, that is here you can see in the string, to as well as CC. So to is to whom you want to send. So to whom you want to send, the author has written his mail ID, and the CC is nothing but the copy. Okay, so that is what the first part we are saying. We are setting the URI, okay, using the set data method, and we are also using, that is data type will be in the form of a text, right? That is a message what you want, or the plain text. So that can be set over here. You can see here, set the type message you have given. So what message you want to send, that will be set over here. Okay, other than that, we are also using this put extra, under which you are telling the email, then carbon copy, then also you're telling the subject as well as the message. So these are nothing but Android will support this built-in, that is for two, built-in support for to, that is subject as well as CC, text, all these fields, which can be attached to the intent before you send the intent to the target mail client. So before you actually send the control to the default email client, along with the intent, you can attach the email, then you can attach a carbon copy, you can attach a subject as well as text. So that is done by this put extra. Okay, so now what you're doing here, you are setting the intent, you are setting the mail address, you are also specifying to whom you want to send, and also you are sending a carbon copy, and along with that, subject, text, all this setting is done. Okay, so this is what you have to do for sending an email. So you can see here, along with that, the additional thing what you are doing, you are writing the button which you have already written in the XML part. That ID part you will be using here, button dot find view. When you're clicking on the button, what will happen, that is you're using the listener method here, and all this task will be done. Okay. That is send mail to whom, to whichever ID you have told here. In this case, it is to this particular person. And CC, carbon copy, to whom you're going to send this course, learn, develop. And what is the tech, hello, and along with that, the hello my friends. So the subject is nothing but hello, and the message what you're going to send is hello my friends. Okay, so after that you're going to start the activity. So this is what the code you have to write for sending the email. So the additional part what you have to do is only which is written in the bold. Okay, so all this will come built in, that is on create content view, all these are built in. Okay, so it all already learnt about all this, right? Layout and all, even this activity is there. So here what and all you're going to include: one view, then button, then URI, and other one, the last one is intent. So all this you have to import. Okay, in send mail, what you're passing the to address, carbon copy address, you're passing the subject, and also you're passing the message what you want to send. So you can see here, this is how it looks. So the test application, you can run the application. So when you click on the send mail, this is how it looks. Email application launched on the device, that is shown this way. So you can see here, the subject is hello, and the content is hello my friends. Carbon copy is course at learn develop, and to whom you are sending these two mail address what you have given over here, that is string 2. Okay, so this is the code for sending email. So you have to write it stepwise. So this question can be asked, how you can programmatically or sending SMS programmatically, and next one is sending email. So they can ask you write the code to send a email or write a code to send SMS. Okay, so this is about the topic, that is Android messaging. And next you will be having the networking, so that we'll see in the next class. Okay, so with this we are done with the Android messaging part. Okay, so I hope I'm clear with this.